And welcome, comic book community. Another witching hour, another Saturday night, midnight. Good evening. And got a little special show for you tonight. We're going to talk about comic books. I have a few good special guests on tonight. But now that I got you with a hook, it's time for a book. And this is going to be a short, I heard there's some controversy about this book, but got it for a reasonable cost, 50 cents on a 50-cent bin. You'd be really surprised. It was an Avengers number 200. And of course, you're going to know why I pulled this. It wasn't because it's the 200. I don't care about the 200. It was Scarlet Witch. But apparently something really bad happens to Miss Marvel, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard. So that's my book for tonight, you guys. And without any or closer to do here, my co-host with the most, the Cantonese comic kid, Jeff 813, my brother. How you doing, buddy?
Like Robert introduced me. It's Jeff 813, the Cantonese comic kid, the Cantonese comic king, coming to you guys with my hook. Let's see what my book is. Evil Ernie #1, first appearance of Lady Death, first appearance of Evil Ernie. That's pretty much awesome. My book.
Dude, it's beautiful. You're going to tell about that story tonight, for sure.
Yep. I am.
And just so you guys know, I'm gonna get to the chat in 1 second because we got some special people in the chat tonight. And down in the information down below, please check out all those people. We got Art Chemist down there. We have Marvelous Comics, John. And now that I'm gonna get to my guests here tonight, my brother, he's come back for another series, another show. I really appreciate it, John. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for being back. Appreciate it. John from Marvelous Comics. I'm still kind of new to everything, but
you're good. Just show your book. You're good, buddy.
Book. It's one I actually got a long time ago, and it's not really so much of a book as it is a magazine.
Oh yeah.
I had
did you hear Jeff? Ooh, can we see that again?
Since this year is the 40-year anniversary of Flash Gordon.
Nice.
I had started looking up some things that I wanted to get. I wanted to try to find something to get signed at one of these cons. And turns out this magazine is one of the first ads or first articles for the Flash Gordon movie.
Nice.
And it's a full 2-page spread article on Dino De Laurentiis' Flash Gordon adaptation.
Very cool.
In 1978, so 2 years before the movie came out.
Nice. And that was a classic. Queen music, remember that?
Oh man, it was awesome.
It was awesome, wasn't it? It was cheesy, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean, it talks in here about the $20 million budget.
Wow.
How the cartoon had a $2.5 million budget.
Wow.
And the full scale movie had a $20 million.
Whoa.
So it's and cool. I've had this thing for sale for so long, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to it in 2 seconds. So we have another 2 guests tonight. I was talking with them earlier tonight. These guys are awesome. And they're going to come on here really quick. And here they are, the 2 brothers. Awesome, you guys. Thanks for being here.
What's up? What's up?
Go ahead.
Howdy. So
Now, with the hook, show a book. What's the book? Tell us, please.
all right, so we have The Brave and the Bold, Batman and the Joker, number 111.
Read that word bubble because it makes it really cool.
Stay back. Nobody lays a hand on my partner while I'm around. And that's Batman protecting the Joker.
Nice.
So that was an A-OK from our good friend Ryan.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He got shipped to my house. Nick almost didn't get it.
And
And my book is
nice.
TMNT number 4, the first print.
Wow.
Picked this up from some friends of mine. It's ridiculously high grade. So hopefully I'm gonna get that pressed and sent off very soon and get a I don't know what. Hopefully at least a 9.6. It's stout.
Sweet. Thank you guys for all being here. Now that
Absolutely.
we have the introductions, we'll talk about some other stuff. I just want to give a real quick shout out. Chris Bennett, hey, how you doing, buddy? Nice to being here. Yo, Sean, buddy, how you doing? Nice to see you. Let me see. Go really quick down the line. Boom, boom, boom. And I think we down to Wolf Blitz. Yo, brother, how you doing? Nice to see you. And is this Javi? Really? Awesome. He's up late. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, now on to this. How is everybody?
Fantastic.
Ready to go. We're good.
Great weekend. Great weekend.
Yeah.
It's 1:07 p.m.
There's a story behind this, so
So we have a
can't wait to
story.
tell that.
Yeah, I gotta let my co-host tell a story because this is awesome, you guys. We have Bub's Comics
Mhm.
out. Thank you very much, guys. Sam, thank you, buddy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So we got a story that he's gonna share with us tonight, buddy.
Yep.
You go right ahead and share your story,
Yep.
please.
So
This is cool, you guys.
before hitting the con, Steve Whiting AOK'd me of a Jenny Frison Vampirella cover, and then Hialeah Comic Bro AOK'd me 2 slabs. 7.0 Adam Hughes Vampirella cover, and then another Vampirella. So that's before the con, and then at the con, picked up Evil Ernie. I count this as a half AOK because everybody had a part in it. Everybody had a part in it for me picking this up. So I count it as a half AOK.
Sweet.
So yeah, and then the quick story. If you guys remember, there was a picture from last week where Hialeah is actually on his well, not on his knees, but pretty much on the ground, bending down on the ground. Well, let's just say he got a hip cramp. Yeah, we thought he was faking. So me, what was it, Cookie? All of us thought he was faking. So we're laughing. We're thinking he's faking. No, he's rolling around. He goes, "The pain is real. The pain is real." Yeah, so that's pretty much. Like I said, there's a story behind this grail. So that's gonna be every time I look at it. That's all I can think of, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was it? Hi, there we go. Wow, Adam Hughes is a classic. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, I don't get it why it's a 7.0 though. I honestly don't.
Oh, CGC is kind of picky like that, I guess.
I'm so
Yeah.
over CGC.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with them. I swear I do.
You and about 500,000 other people.
I know.
No, I'm gonna tell you guys something. My buddy here, John.
I'm totally good with CGC right now.
I got lucky. I got this off. He had an auction.
Man.
What did I get this for? Less than $30.
You got that for $15.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
9.2. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the rating costs more than that.
No one is out there. No one is out there.
$15.
Big time. But so you guys know, he's also got other books out there. So please check out my brother. Marvelous Comics is in the link down below. Go check it out. Got auctions all the time. He's got raw books on there. Go ahead, John. Tell him about your show. Tell him
Okay, so I run a store on a site. The site is called Hip Comic, and then my store is a sub store inside that one. They run an auction that closes every Monday night, So I'll have things on there, and then there's a bunch of bigger stores that do as well, and a lot of small stores.
Yep.
But in my individual store, I'll run like buy two get one free on slabs. Just occasional specials and deals. And if you follow me on Instagram, that's where I'll pretty much announce everything or give a code to checkout.
Yo, Captain's in the house. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, no kidding. I know, Javi. Yeah. I got lucky, very lucky.
Yeah, I did. So go and check out those auctions so that doesn't happen anymore.
another quick shout out. We also have another one down there. It's below Art Chemist. Art Chemist's wife. She runs a comic book store. Go check her out. That's really cool.
The Art Chemist is on Thorough's channel right now doing sketches.
He's doing live sketches online. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he was doing some cool sketches.
Please check them out. Yeah. So if you get bored here, go check out their show too. Please. No offense, but yeah. I want people to make a choice. If they don't make a choice, they don't like what they're seeing. That's up to me. I don't care. Anyway, what are we here for? Comic books, comic news. All right. The one thing that's been driving me crazy, we did kind of get on that topic a little earlier tonight, and we'll get back on it again. So you guys, I don't know nothing about it. You guys actually showed the book. Everybody this whole week has been losing their minds over Punchline. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, Punchline.
Do you guys have that book right there? You can show it.
Batman 89? He's talking about Hell Arisen. He's talking about the one that came out this week.
Yeah.
So Hell Arisen's in Huntsville, but he has the Batman 89, the cameo over there.
Yeah, that one was a couple weeks ago.
Appearance of one little face, like right here. Yeah.
He's gonna grab it.
Do you have it, John?
Nope.
Oh. Do you see what the prices are going for that? That's insane.
They were selling. You know what irritates me is I have a comic shop local.
Yeah.
And they're already selling in hand graded copies of this for $150. You're telling me a comic shop?
How did you get a graded copy already?
That's what I'm trying to talk. I walked into Wednesday morning, told us none of them hit the shelf. Fine. I know this store orders big. And now all of a sudden they have several copies graded in hand. Less than a week later is when they started posting them. Tell me there's not something weird going on there. You know what I mean? So, and I'm all for capitalism and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But come on, don't sit there and lie to your customers. Tell them you have them. Oh, we didn't have any in hand. Yeah,
there was comic shops by me that didn't even put them in their pull list. They didn't even fill the pull list.
Show the spec. Show that cover now that everybody's losing their mind. This is what you guys are. How much is that book going for right now? $100.
This one right here is the cameo that came out a couple weeks ago. It was going for like $40-$50.
Oh, it was hitting higher than that at some points.
That's what you're paying for.
80
right there.
The highest I seen it was at 8.
Where his middle finger is pointing to it.
Right there.
That's that.
Yep.
Seriously, guys, come on.
Yeah.
You're not a redhead. Sorry.
But then this week, Hell Arisen came out. Hell Arisen #3, and you saw the full thing. But I don't even think she looks cool. Like, I don't know. I don't care for it. The only reason why I bought this is because I'm reading the series.
Of course, understandable.
Otherwise, there's no way. I'm not going in and fighting people. I'm not calling and bugging my LCS. Hurry up and put some in my
LCS. Tim actually showed me the panel and says, "This is what everybody's gonna be going crazy for." Yeah. And he goes, if you want it, you can have it, but I recommend you not buy it. He recommends me to get it, but I told him no because I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be like everybody else. I'm tired of being specking.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, guys, we control the price of the books, right? And if
right.
That, nobody buy it for $40, and all of a sudden it's back to a $3.99 book.
Right.
Yep. Well, like my LCS, that Batman 89 right there. See, I haven't been putting Batman in my pull list. I've been picking it up since City of Bane, but it was one of those books that I didn't want to put it on my pull list because it always drops on a week that is a heavy week for me.
Yep.
And I never have a problem getting it. So I'll just pick up Batman on one of my light weeks a couple weeks later. And then this one dropped, and I was like, oh crap, I'm not even gonna get a copy of it. So I hit my LCS up for it, and they're like, oh man, we already got one in there. Don't worry about it. And I was like, cool. So I got there, and it's a husband and wife that runs it, and his wife was really upset with him. And I'm like, what'd you do, man? And he's like, some dude came up to the counter, he had a stack of books, and they keep they have their barcodes on the back.
Yep.
So he brought them up there and sat them down, and guy just went through and scanned them, wasn't paying attention. And the dude had come in there and bought every single one of them that he had, like 20 of them, and left the shop with none left within an hour of being open.
Yep.
And my shop is one of those shops. They're not going to take that book and upcharge. They're not going to hold on to extras and then in a couple of weeks have more. I've seen books sitting on their shelves for 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'll even point it out, like, hey, this book's been out for like 2 weeks and it's selling for this price. If you wanted, like at this point, like people that wanted it from here have already gotten it. So you could probably throw this on eBay and make a little extra cheddar on it, and they're not going to do it. So she was really upset that he didn't pay attention and catch that that the guy came in there and bought all of them, because they try to limit it, one cover, if it's cover A, cover B, you can get one of each.
Sure.
And they try to limit it so everybody gets it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what did you just say to him?
Being too loud.
No, I said
No, you're fine.
But with that Hella Risen number 3, they had people lined up outside of the door an hour before they opened, which never happens. They had people calling them all day. And when I went in that afternoon, I didn't even ask them for a copy. The guy that was in there the week before and bought all those books came in, and he was like, hey, man, I want to get every copy you got left. He's like, we don't have any left. And he's like, you didn't save any for me? He's like, dude, you don't even have a pull list for us. He's like, you came in last week and took every one on we had, and I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
He's like, for the, Batman 92 is going to be the next big one with her in it. If you want to, you can put it on a pull list. Tell me how many copies you want, and I'll order you extras. But, you're not going to come in here and buy every copy we have, so that the customers that want to come in and get it to read it, don't have one. So, I thought it was cool of them to be like that. And like I said, I'm not, trying to slam people who do grab books for flipping and inspecting and all that. You do whatever you want to, but my shop, they try to look out for everybody and make sure that everybody that wants one is going to get one, or at least has the opportunity to. So that was really cool.
Sure, that's really cool. Real quick, there you go. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Last time you lined up around the shop and was 1994.
It's crazy. But I mean, my comic shop put the Hella Risen on my top of my pull list and just smiled at me as they gave me my box. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Thanks, guys.
So here's kind of a cool little thing. Jeff, do you have any questions? Do you have anything you want to talk about other than just, do you have any questions?
Well, I had a topic. I mean, you guys heard about? Yeah, you guys heard about Dan? I always mess this dude's name up, but Dan DiDio getting let go from DC. From DC.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jim Lee taking over his position. So,
who was it that got let go, Jeff?
Dan DiDio, I think.
That's how you say it. What did he create? What did he create?
He was the what was it? He was the publisher, right? No, not the publisher. What the hell was he?
Yeah,
president
he was a co-publisher.
Yeah. Whoa, really quick, you guys! I gotta put a quick shout out. Robert, the great legends in the house. Hey, nice to see you. Yes, they are meant to be read. Exactly, I totally agree. Art is pretty, but yeah, it needs to have a good story, and that's the unfortunate side effect of pretty books and crappy stories. I agree. You're getting a fist pound from Jeff. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but yeah, totally. So what do you guys think about that?
Well,
John, you have an opinion? John, do you have an opinion about the whole?
About books are meant to be read?
Yeah, and about everything they're talking about. What do you think about them letting go? Do you know anything about the guy they're talking about?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Right.
So
yeah, so yeah, I haven't heard that story yet. I knew Jim Lee was taking over, but I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Give me
Go ahead.
2 seconds. Sorry, you guys. I haven't seen this guy like forever. This is a buddy of mine in my hometown, Buckshot Bill. He's awesome. I have not seen him forever. He lives like 50 miles from me. We barely see each other. Awesome, Bill. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Sorry, supporting me. That's all. He's good. Good stuff. There it is, right there. Robert is saying my favorite was Phantom Stranger from DC New Line 52. It was pretty good. Okay, cool. All right, continue, guys. Brothers, go ahead. You were saying something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so with the whole Dan Didio thing, I mean, I know everybody you saw a lot of people pumped up about it, especially Rob Liefeld.
Right.
That guy, I think, gets pumped about anything.
He's a nutcase.
You're supposed to say
he'll block you on Instagram like he blocked Bueller.
not just Instagram, he'll block you on Twitter, everything.
Hey, I'm a nutcase too. It's all good. I ain't hating on him for it.
But dude was on there just I'm like, man, the guy has a family, and sure, he was an executive. Sure, he's going to be probably fine. But come on, you should never celebrate somebody's failure. You know what I mean?
Right.
But all that to say, so what it sounds like, according to Jim Lee on C2E2 today, it's sounding like he's going to take over completely, and they're not going to hire a second co-publisher. It's going to be just him from now on, which is very interesting because I don't know how you're an executive, doing covers for Marvel and whatnot, and still trying to run the company as the chief creative officer, the main publisher now. It's just it's pretty interesting. So, but who knows?
Yeah. And then you
never know. You might see a Marvel crossover eventually.
Yeah, that's possible. But I've been hearing a lot of people, throwing out the idea of, Disney buying out DC and all that.
AT&T something will never happen.
That'll never happen. And then DC's never gonna DC Comics is never gonna go away. How could you see Batman and Superman? I mean, these are the first comic characters that really grab people. How are these characters just gonna just go away and be dismissed because a failure of something attached to DC? There's no way.
Theory, you're funny, dude. I freaking love it. Yeah, absolutely. What's disappointing to me is there's so many other characters out there that DC bought at the time when Marvel almost went bankrupt. They bought a lot of really cool characters.
Yeah,
licensed to really cool characters, and it is nice. And I am a little satisfied that at least they're giving Marvels some crosses with some of their characters.
Yeah.
At least putting them in. Thank God. Like one of my favorites, Morbius. He's going to have his own show. He's going to have his own movie. I'm excited about that. That is awesome. But they still hold the license on it. They haven't sold them anything.
Yeah.
It was some of the Spider-Man stuff too with Marvel. So it's nice to see them trying to compromise and give us something for us fans.
There's just too much money not to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Disney's having to spend a lot to fix where Marvel sold them all off.
Big time.
Because Marvel had sold off different characters to Sony, to Fox, to they had piecemeal.
Why would you sell anything? I'm sorry. The only thing Fox, in my opinion, this is my opinion. All right. The Predator movies are driving me crazy. The Alien movies are driving me nuts.
Yeah.
And it's all Fox. I just wish they would just please get it right. Stop producing garbage. Or what is it called? Jeff, help me out. Sweet garbage?
Hot garbage. Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
The Thoros line.
Yeah.
Well, in Feige we trust, right?
Yeah.
So
eventually he's gonna,
Yeah, as much as I love the Alien series.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first movie and second movie, and that's where it should have stopped.
Yep.
Or at least done differently, because after the second movie, it just
And
The third one kind of cleaned it up. It just wasn't a good movie.
yes, yeah, exactly. And the last, I don't know what that was, Predator movie that they made. I'm like, what? It's like they try to rehash all the movies together into one.
Right.
I was like, really? So really quick, we have Mike Rogers in the house. Thank you, buddy. Nice to see you. Awesome. Yes. Comic tricks. Sorry, guys. Figured out how to have joint custody of Spider-Man. He needs, yes, absolutely. Chris, I agree with you there. That's awesome. Yes. Totally agree with you guys. Anyway, what else? What other subject can we talk about?
What do you guys think about? We got the first snapshots from Venom 2 coming out in October.
Do we have the first snapshot?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it? Yeah, we
Yep.
get the first shots of Woody Harrelson in his Cletus Cassidy get up.
Really?
Oh, he's nutty looking.
And it's a,
Awesome.
yeah, and it's a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, it's on our Instagram.
Quit shamelessly plugging.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shoot a picture.
I wasn't. I was just telling him where he could go check it out real quick. See, he's looking. Don't hit the like button so Nick doesn't think I was shamelessly plugging.
I don't know if you can really tell. You can't really tell.
Wait. Let's show that again one more time.
Yeah, he'll make it bigger so you can see it.
Here.
So you can see. Yeah, we can see it a little bit.
Yes, really? What is he sitting in?
Mhm.
Is he
That's
in
a
the
convenience
sitting.
store.
He's actually walking out.
Nice.
Yeah.
He has like this
Cletus
weird
Cassidy.
Chelsea haircut.
Really looking forward to that.
He's pulling it off.
Yeah, he's gonna do a good job. I like him.
Woody Harrelson's he's a jack of all trades, man. He's played so many crazy. I mean, from the character he played in the Planet of the Apes movies, and where he was a super, just tough bad dude. And now he look back at the Cowboy Way. That was one of my favorite characters he did.
Also,
Natural born killers.
yes, I was just gonna. Yes, John, you got it. You nailed it. See, us old guys know the classic. That you have to watch. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, that was
Andy
a
was in
jacked up movie
Cheers.
right there.
Wow.
Mm.
If you guys seen that, Natural Born Killers, definitely check it out.
Okay. Early 90s.
Wow, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
early 90s.
It's dark, but it's good.
I think my first experience with him was when he was in the movie The Cowboy Way. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yep.
You get Woody Harrelson. He
Thanks,
has a rodeo cowboy named Pepper in doing a Calvin Klein billboard in a pair of drawers, And so I thought that was, I loved him in that movie, and he's just played so many different roles that are completely different from the one before. So
Very versatile, which is
I
cool.
mean, the talent that the dude has. When I saw him at the end of Venom, I was like, oh,
Me
dang,
too.
that's it.
Yeah, I did too. I loved it. I thought that was great. Awesome. So well done. So really quick, we got some mean faces here. What's going on? Okay, what's up there? You said, Robert, guess what? There is an LCS 50 miles away from me where I got a great deal. It's just too far. And yesterday, owner sent me a pic of McFarlane was. Oh, you're on a roll, brother. You are on a
I'd
roll.
be so upset.
Bummer. Yeah, that really sucks.
I think I'd be more excited to meet McFarlane than I would have.
We're going to talk about that in 2 seconds because Theory, I got to have Theory on one of my shows with us. It'd be a really great conversation because you guys brought up something just recently about CGC. And I'll get to it in 2 seconds. I just want to give everybody a quick rundown really quick. Very cool. Yes. And yes, cheers. Absolutely. Hitman 93 before Pulp Fiction. Yep. That's right. So really quick, Theory, and correct me, buddy, the book you just had slabbed that came back, and it should have been like a 9.8 for definite fact because you had a pressed and cleaned minty book. We were talking about this. You guys were talking about it. How disappointed lately you've been with the CGC slabs. There's another example. Jeff has got one too. Check this out, Theory.
Yep.
So he's got a 7.0 up there, and that book, they cannot figure out what's wrong with it. You look at it,
Nope.
no dents, ticks, nothing. And they got a 7.0.
Any greater notes?
Hialeah would have them. Hialeah sent it out, so Hialeah would know.
Usually anything under a 9.4 has graders notes.
So you can check actually if you use the website and you have the number, obviously it's on the slab, you can pay $5 and get the notes and check it out.
Or you can use CBCS and have the notes for free.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a A-OK. I'm not going to crack it. It's not going nowhere.
No.
I would still check the grader notes just to see, because that's, I mean,
See,
$5.
I had the opposite happen to me. I got an Uncanny X-Men 266 up here that I swore would have been like an 8085, and it came back a 98.
It was not good. Like, not a good book, and it came back a 9.8.
There's no spine ticks on it, though. There's no dents. The corners look good. It's off-white. It says off-white pages on there, and it's off-white pages. I mean, I don't really see anything, off about it, but I just, it didn't look like what I would have thought a 9.8 would have been. So it was surprising for sure. But hey, it's a 9.8.
That sucks, man. I hate that, Jeff.
Yeah, here we go. Theory was talking about. Theory, I need you to tell me about the book you had slabbed that you were very upset about. That's what I was talking about.
See, I had a couple issues with him here
Theory
recently.
just sent me this. This is what he was talking about 50 miles away. Check this out. And then this guy shows up. Right in the middle. Totally missed the autograph. Oh my God. Theory, that is a bummer. Wow. And that's the guy with the glasses is the store owner that he does business with. Seriously?
That's awesome.
Yeah. But Theory didn't get his autograph. He didn't even know he was there.
Well, maybe he would have given him the full Todd McFarlane and not just a T McFarlane.
Well, yeah.
He was tore up about that one.
Yep.
I sent off an Incredible Hulk 380, or what was it? 340. Sorry, 340. I'm thinking 181 because that's the first appearance. But anyways, 340. And sent it off. Book was perfect. Had it pressed and cleaned. It came back a 9.6. I wasn't even mad about that because it should have been a 9.8.
I was.
But the T McFarlane signature, and I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I just feel like, I paid all this money to have him sign the book.
With the iconic signature.
And it just T McFarlane.
Hey, hold on. That's like Adam Hughes, because Adam Hughes signs AH. He doesn't sign Adam Hughes on the cover.
Yeah,
I had one
Derek.
But this was the first time he ever did that, though.
Yeah, that's an Adam Hughes right there. I just copied it.
Yeah.
But that's how he signs, though, right? Todd McFarlane has never done this before until this signing to try to get through all the books. And I kind of felt like I was a little bit robbed.
And he started out doing the full Todd McFarlane. And as he, noticed, I guess, that, he was getting close to, he wasn't moving as fast as he wanted. I don't know if CGC was pushing him to move faster or whatever, but he
was already behind.
Huh?
He was already behind because he'd been sick.
Right. And he had signed books like that in the past, in the 90s. I've talked to people. But I mean, and I can understand from their point of view of, they do have a time slot, but then I can also understand, the people like Nick who spent, a lot of money to send the books in, expecting, the iconic signature, that's his, not just his physical signature, but that is the signature of Todd McFarlane in his books. It's inscribed on those scribes and every one of his cover, except Spawn number 7. It's like, that's part of the artwork. Once you get it signed by him, making sure that you have that placement perfect. And, for people to feel like they kind of got cheated out of that due to them trying to make time restraints, it's like, I can understand where Todd and CGC are coming from, trying to make that time restraint work. But at the same time, you guys signed up for it. You offered this. So, give the folks what they're paying for.
Well, and CGC is trying to grab the market on artists too. And that's,
yeah, because they're fixing to have Donnie Cates, Chris Claremont.
Except for Rob Liefeld. He won't do anything. And he advises nobody else do business with CGC.
But the next group that they're going to have is Donnie Cates. They're going to have Jim Lee, Chris Claremont. I heard that they were going to have Clayton Crane, several guys up there. And I don't know if they're all going to be up there at one time or what, but they're going to be doing the same thing they did with Todd with these guys. So, and it's kind of cool because like where I'm at, Atlanta Comic-Con sucks. You know, we don't ever get anybody cool. They never bring in CBCS or CGC. So unless I drive way down to MegaCon or drive way over to, you know, the New Orleans Con or drive somewhere else, I don't have an opportunity to get that CGC yellow label from some of these bigger guys.
Maybe
So
that's your reason right there. Chris said it. Maybe that's your reason. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
you're good.
Sorry. Give the chat their time here. Okay, sorry. But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. It's You think an example, this con that I'm going to be going to in April. Okay, so a couple of the Star Trek guys are going to be there. Leonard, William Shatner, and George Takei. If I was going to see either one of them, it'd be George Takei, hands down, because I've seen him before and he's awesome. I've seen William Shatner 25 years ago. He wanted $350 for an autograph.
Now he only wants 100.
Now he only wants 100, but he's still not getting money from me because he's still a
Really? I thought it was so when we went to we went to the con in Raleigh a couple years back and he was $50.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? This is the guy who did a show and actually came out on a show on his horse, a real live horse, onto the stage. That's how big this guy's head is. I like him as a captain. Don't get me wrong. I liked him as Kirk, hands down. Classic Star Trek, playboy of the universe. But I like Picard, Leonard Nimoy, hands down. So that's just my opinion. But George Takei, awesome with his fans. And where are we here? So got some laughing going on. Catch up really quick. Bill, what's up?
Yeah, but that's like they were talking
real.
about. Like I said, the Adam Hughes signature.
They're brothers, Bill. They're
Right here.
actual brothers. Yes.
Um,
Jeff, say that again, buddy. Jeff,
Like I was saying, Adam Hughes.
here, hold on.
Yeah. Look at that.
that's pretty
Hey,
funny.
and
It's like,
look,
aha.
but look right below it. It's right where he has it originally, and then it's right above it.
Wow.
That's
So
cool.
I would like one that say Adam Hughes. You know what I mean? Actually say Adam Hughes on it.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat because
That's
that'd be
how
rare.
He probably
I'll just put it in on every book.
I'd probably do like a smiley face. Like that's my signature.
yeah, I'm just gonna draw an X.
There you go.
We need to get that exclusive going.
Look at this, Captain. what was he saying? No, I'm not lying. Trust me, if you ever met George Takei, I have. I've talked to George Takei for like 20 minutes. He's awesome. Awesome gentleman. And Leonard Nimoy, he was my best. Out of all the Star Trek autographs I have, the only one I do not have is William Shatner. William Shatner is the only one.
That's pretty cool, though.
But before Leonard Nimoy died, I got his autograph and talked to him. So down to earth. Every time I hear there's a song I hear on the radio all the time that actually uses the soundtrack from In Search Of. Do you guys remember In Search Of on TV? It was actually, they were showing like all myths and creatures around the world, around the earth, kind of like a Jacques Cousteau's kind of a show.
Right.
He was the narrator of that show.
Mm.
He had a very recognizable voice.
Yes, he did. What book is that? Hold on. Where are we here? Yes, I actually have the first one. And now that I found out that the series, what is it that Picard is on? What's that streaming service? Is that NBC, CBS?
CBS
What is it?
streaming service.
Yeah. See,
I just found
CBS.
out. I didn't know. But I just found out, and I did not know this, that they are actually playing all their movies and the TV shows, all the Star Trek related stuff. I'm like, that might be worth an investment for me because I really enjoyed them. What book is that? Theory was asking, Jeff. I think he's asking you, Jeff.
Which one? This one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Lady Death, Apocalypse. Oh no, not Oblivion Kiss.
Show him the cover, buddy.
And Adam Hughes. Yeah, Adam Hughes foil cover.
Isn't that the Coffin Comics guy?
Yeah. Well, not Adam Hughes, but Brian Pulido is the Coffin Comics guy. It's, yeah, it's the guy that created Evil Ernie and Lady Death.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So her first appearance. So Adam Hughes is the artist that's known for drawing female in general. Sexy female in general, like the Batgirls cover from the 90s.
Here comes the women.
Yeah, this is a little racy. Maybe raunchy.
I have this as adult content, so no kids here yet. No kids allowed, everybody.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's what she originally looked like. This is the cover appearance of her. So that's what she originally looked like.
Here we go.
Yeah, then this is okay.
Same one.
Yeah.
She's got the same pose.
John, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is the signed IDW Star Trek 110. That is neat.
Straight Fire Theory just said he loved that. Star Trek is on the buddy.
That's the last.
I'm going to see Bueller. I'll be spending time with Bueller because we're going to be seeing the same house when I go down to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He has.
Yep. And I'll see you guys on that Thursday. I'll see you guys that Thursday morning.
My lovely wife has got something
You're missing out.
for them guys. Oh my God.
It comes in Huntsville.
I already told you I'm down.
I don't know.
But Heroes Con, you guys should try out Heroes Con.
Heroes Con?
Yeah, if you hadn't heard or really looked it up, look up Heroes Con. It's in Charlotte.
Okay.
Oh, that's not far from me.
It's one of the ones that they don't do a whole lot. It focuses more on comic related everything.
Science fiction and everything, fantasy.
Yeah, you don't have like the big name stars, like William Shatner and all those. They don't come in and do that stuff. It's just comic stuff.
Bueller, such a smart ass. Bueller's such a smart ass.
Steve Borick did an interview. It was a few months ago, and he said the two cons that he liked the best were Heroes Con and Baltimore because they focus more on just the comic culture in general,
right?
Instead of trying to fill in all the entertainment stuff.
Sure.
So, yeah, but Heroes was a great show. We went there last year, and that was our first time going, and that's where we got our three sketch covers done.
Nice. Yeah, Kyle from New Zealand, and wow, you guys, he's a whole day. He's in the future. We're in the past. Whole day ahead of us.
What are the lottery numbers?
Kyle, yeah. Kyle, what are the lottery numbers? That'd be awesome. Love it.
That's one thing I will say about the Atlanta Comic Con. I mean, I said earlier it kind of sucks, but as far as the guests they bring in, yeah, but they do have. I mean, there's tons of comic vendors there, and last year I actually got to hold in my hand a really nice raw copy of Batman #1, and it was super, super nice. And the guy said he was telling me some other keys he had too, and he was like, he was, like, showing me pictures of them and stuff, and he had them in a safety deposit box. I think he had like Action Comics #2. He had a couple of other things, but the Batman wasn't for sale, and he had it in a top loader, and then it was also encased in something else. And I'm like, man, like I asked him,
With like a pocket chain with like the hook to it belt.
so I'm like, how'd you get these, man? Like, you got to be making some real money selling comics. He's like, nah, I don't got any money, man. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my cats. And I'm like, dude, you talking about you got like thousands of dollars in comics. I wouldn't be living in a 1-bedroom apartment with some cats.
If you got cats, don't drop a Mylar or a top loader on the ground with cat hair. It's impossible to get off of it. I got a small dog, and those little black hairs get in there. That's a horrible nightmare. And by the way, Javi said something in the chat that I got to answer, and I can't believe he's asking this. I think he's just trying to be funny. But Javi is asking this question. And the question was, trust me, Javi, when I come down there and I go through books, I will have a box of these. This is coming down with me. It will be on my hand. Yes.
So speaking of gloves, did you see the Comic Tom video where he was dealing with the CGC grader?
And I missed that. What did they tell why they don't?
Yeah. For tactile grading is why they don't wear gloves when dealing with books. He had what book was it he was holding? It was like a number one.
I didn't watch the video.
Oh, but
he had a tack video. He had the grader.
Does not wear gloves. And it was, let me find out.
Chucked. But what was the point of it, though?
For tactile grading, so we can touch.
Okay. I don't have a very large vocabulary.
Feeling, look at tape, glue, gloss, seeing if there's been any restorations done.
Well, I'm sure he's got something he's clean. He's got clean hands, I would assume.
But even then, though, your hands are still going to produce.
That's kind of odd.
Well,
I'm surprised. That's very surprising. Very surprising.
But it was funny because he kept putting in the description tactical grading. I'm like, dude, it's tactical. Come on.
You know what I found out that I thought was a little odd about CGC, and this kind of really caught me. There's no fingertips. This is really
Amazing Spider-Man 1. See, and I thought that was great. Well,
give me 1 second, bud. Show it again. Go ahead.
It's the video now, but it's the Amazing Spider-Man 1. And it was him talking about why he doesn't wear gloves. But
how old is that video? Send me that link because I definitely want to check that out.
Okay, I'll send it right now.
It's not old. It's maybe a day old, if that.
A day
or so old.
Send it to me too.
Just look at the message I sent him.
Oh, I can do that.
Good. That's good, Javi. Awesome. He knows I'm gonna just freak, and it's cool. Each to his own. I mean. Here's an example. Bueller was doing a show tonight that was really cool, and he was talking about comic books. And Bueller's not a big believer in graded comic books. He just doesn't. He likes to read his books. I do too. And he's got a Hulk 181, and he's showing. He did on his show tonight. He's going through it with his bare hands. He don't care. That's a special book to him. It's a meaningful book. He got it as an AOK from somebody in the community, but still. That's his thing. I understand that. But it's like, you get my point. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's got their thing. That's just my thing. I'm just a freak about it. Because, I'm Italian and I get fucking dirty and oily and the hands get all greasy. It's just gross. And I tell you, I'll give you an example. I went through 5 long boxes at that shop today. It was disgusting. My wife had that antibacterial crap to wipe my hands off. My hands were literally black going through those books. They were so dirty.
Sounds like a pile of books like I was talking about on our show earlier.
Oh, yeah. Smells like cockroach crap and Doritos.
No.
I'll put gloves on for my protection.
What do we have here?
You like those books where you pull them out and you go.
I had some of those for sure.
Really quick. I got to catch up with the chat real quick. We have Michael in the house. Congratulations. I'm going to say it again and again.
Congrats.
Finally seen those pictures with you giving her that big rock. I got to see the rock.
Oh yeah,
You're worthy. You're worthy in my book, buddy. That's awesome. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome.
My favorite
Everybody made a meme on the face though.
What's that?
Yeah, the memes. Yeah.
Did you see her face?
yeah, she.
Oh, yeah.
But I sent John. I told him. I said he should have put one up where it's like whenever you see Rod shirtless. Oh, he did. Dang,
he
he
did.
didn't even give me credit.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Whatever. I'm cool with it.
Here you go. Touch your books then. You can show me from afar. I won't touch it. All right. Is that good with you? Yes. Yes. There we go. A big shout out to you guys. Yes. Always. It's always nice to see Down Nerdy Podcast. Absolutely. Robert understands me like no other man has in my lifetime. Brother, that's awesome, Travis. You're
That-
awesome.
Just
That was cool, buddy.
It kind of makes you sound a little.
I know. I love it. You know, I'm gonna just real quick shout out. I had some terrible things that happened to me about a year and a half ago, and I was really in the shitly dumps. And I came across Bueller a couple years ago, and we were talking. I finally got to talk to him offline, off camera. And this is before you start getting really huge and stuff. And one thing cool about Bueller is his friends and his community partners that he's with, he still talks to you. You're a normal person because who cares that he's 10,000 and up? He still talks to you as a person. He's still a buddy. He's a normal person. And as an example of that, you guys, he sent me some AOKs in the mail. And this is a note from Bueller back then. I've kept it. And it is a very sentimental note. He sent me an Amazing Spider-Man 101.
that is incredible.
Dude, and a bunch of Silver Surfers, and I literally about lost my shit. So, so when Bueller does something like that, yeah, I know it sounds a little funny, but you get me.
He's the local celebrity that still hangs out with the home.
Yes.
I met Baby 90 I met Luke last week.
Yes,
We
how
met
was
Luke
that?
on Sunday last week.
I heard he's a kid.
Yeah, it was fun. We tried to,
Man.
we tried to surprise him. We tried to surprise 90, but 90 was already looking out the window when we were.
Yeah, they're pretty excited. It sounds like his what is it? 90s good Chad's good side, which is his woman. Sounds like she doesn't want to let him go. Doesn't want to let him go anywhere. The boys have been wanting to hook up with Chad down south in Florida, and she won't let him go anywhere. It's great. It's too funny.
Yeah, we went to see him, so we went there, yeah.
Travis guy.
What's that, bud?
I said, yeah, Bueller's a good dude. I saw somebody say that, but that Travis guy,
It's so funny.
Good humor.
they laughed.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was, and it was it's been very sentimental to me for that reason. And so, anyway, get on with this story, or get on with some other topics really quick. Any more topics, gentlemen? John, do you have any topics you'd like to talk about? Anything new in the news, or anything comic book related? Anything about how about telling people why? Here's a good one. This would be good for John because he's experienced with it.
Hey, pull out your Batman 89 Matina for me.
Tell people about CBCS. Tell them about this grading.
Oh, okay.
Don't know. I know they might know,
Look,
but the community uses something to rewind. Let them know about what's kind of special, why you go with this grading company. I like them for lots of different reasons.
Well, one, when I first got into actually getting stuff graded, I shopped the three. I was calling them all the time, and surprisingly, PGX is the one that I could get through to the easiest.
Yep.
But the reviews on them, they did not have good reviews. So
Sure.
CGC actually badmouthed them on the phone when I talked to them, and that kind of pulled me back from them because I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to talk bad about another company, it made me kind of leery of them, but they were still on my radar to use. And CBCS, they were really hard to get hold of. But I ended up using them because they were a little bit cheaper than CGC. And then once I got into researching it and I realized who Steve Borick was, that he actually came from CGC. He was the one that set up the whole grading system to begin with. I've gotten to talk to him numerous times. He's a great, down-to-earth guy. They grade strict, and I know they grade strict.
Yeah, they do.
But I like that they grade strict because if I get a 9.8 back from them, I know that it's a 9.8. That it is a perfect book. I've sent stuff to them that I thought, man, this is spot on. This is a 9.8, but I'm going to put it as a 9 just to be safe.
Sure.
And they reject it back, saying, no, it wasn't even a 9.
There's another reason, John, why I asked to tell people about that company, because a little story for you. Just 2 days ago, I actually got a survey that I had
from
CGC, and you know what it was about? It was about this company.
Other grading services.
Getting praise for this company.
I got that, and I took the 10 minutes while I was doing my business, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out.
So this whole subject, same thing. People, you guys as collectors, Jeff, are you there?
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm looking. I'm taking a look at something.
As a community, as a
I keep
whole,
hearing that.
even collectors out there, you have to say something. You have to put your word out there. You have to let these big corporations know what they're doing wrong, and they just stomp all over it. You know what I'm saying? You're petting your comic. Do you guys have any input on this?
I'm candidly about done with CGC myself. I might still do some that I just want to preserve, but I've had them misspell stuff on labels. I have a first print book that came back where they put 7th printing on it that literally never had more than 1 printing.
Completely missed the fact that it was signed and still gave him a blue label.
Yeah, a big signature, which is not a big deal, right? And I don't think that's necessarily a killer, but it's just, we let one company control the price, the grading. It's I don't know.
Well, let me tell you one of my experiences with CBCS.
Go ahead, buddy.
And the good thing, one of the things I like about CBCS is you can actually follow everything as your books go through. So you can actually watch and, okay, it's going into grading. This is what they don't ever show you your grades until it ships.
Yeah.
But they do show you what steps they're in, how they have them in, how they have them labeled. And I had a bunch of X-Men and Wolverines that were newsstands, but they put them in as direct.
Wow.
And it completely, but they did it. Yeah, it was an error on their part, and I caught it, and I sent an email to Steve Borick, and I said, hey, can you look into this and get this changed? The newsstands have a red stripe, and the direct edition had a hologram stripe, and it made it completely different. And by the end of the day, they were all changed back. It was just an error on somebody's part, but you were able to follow it. If you weren't able to follow it, like you can't with CGC, then it would have come back to me, and then I would have had to have backtracked and fixed it.
Yep.
So I like the fact that I can go through, and if there is an error, they also sent me, or I had another one that was sent in from the Michael Keaton Batman. I had 5 books that I'd gotten in from an auction win, and I'd sent those off. And I looked up my sheet one day and it said 2nd print. And I was furious, and I was typing them all these mean things of, you're wrong. I said, there is no 2nd print. It doesn't exist.
Right.
There was no second print done on a Batman the movie book.
Right.
And they lifted up the cover and took a picture of it and sent it back to me. And I was like, oh, I stand corrected. But hey, I can't find any, there is no record of a second print for this book anywhere.
Wow.
And it turned out being so rare. I ended up selling 2 or 3 of those for $150 a piece because they don't exist.
Here's something that bugs me, and I heard about this, and this is what doesn't make sense to me. Now, I've seen partial videos of CGC, the company itself, the way they grade books. This is what gets me. You can take a regular book like this, send it in, a modern book, send it in, a golden age book, send it in, an ASM 15, first one, send it in, and they make priority out of their grading service. It's not across the board. They grade differently, and they've got groups of people that grade differently. And then the rare expensive books go to special people. That's not right to me. And I've seen those videos and I've heard about this, and that bugs me. That's not fair to everybody who's investing all their money into that. And that's happening. That doesn't make sense. And now let's be honest. Getting to the point of this whole thing, really quick, Bill. Sorry, buddy. Multiple people. Yep. There you go. There it is. Yep. So now let's be honest. I am going to be honest. And John, you run an auction site and you sell the slabs. You sell a lot of slabs and you sell things. Now, people talk about, well, CGC is the standard. They're higher priced by what?
20%.
20% they're higher because of CGC.
Right.
That's got to change. All that's got to change.
And I think it slowly is.
Yeah. And that's what happens when a corporation conglomerates everything and tries to ruin it for everybody else. But it's not fair to us as collectors.
Yeah. And I made up my mind probably a year ago that I was just going to ride with CBCS the whole way through. I liked how they did business. I like how they've treated me.
Right.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to change just because, you know, if I sell something from this company, I'm going to make a little more. I'm not in this to make money anyway. So
no, I know. And you're doing it for your hobby.
It's a feed in my habit. That's
exactly. It's for your hobby. It's what most people are doing to feed their hobby. You got to, you know, keep finance it some way. But you guys understand, right?
Does CBCS, their turnaround time shorter than CGC's?
Usually 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's not bad. I know that's one of the big things with CGC that a lot of people have problems, especially during con season, you know, is that it takes so long to get books back. And then, but you know, Buckshot, to his point, you know, if they were to put a book through multiple people, you know, to check the grade, you know, that's going to extend those wait times. So, you know, that would catch more backlash too. So I think, you know, they already know that they catch a lot of backlash. So I don't think they would do something like that that's going to even push the book turnaround time even further.
Sure.
But I definitely think that, you know, them knowing that at this point they are the premier grading company, and they know, you know, during certain times of the year, especially, that they're going to have the amount of books coming in that they do. You know, even Walmart's smart enough to hire extra people when Christmas season comes around.
Yeah. When CBCS made their move from Florida to Texas, I went 6 months on an order, a 90 book order I had in with them.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I ended up not getting that order until February. I put it in August. So, but when they transferred, you know, they lost half their staff. They had to bring people back in. They had to train them. They had to, So it took a while. It was frustrating, but
I have a little counterpoint about something here. Bear Island, please don't take it the wrong way. I know you're a big CGC collector. I get it. I'm not smashing a company. All right.
no.
By no means am I smashing a company. What I am saying is, just so you're aware of it, that it should be standard across the board with these grading companies. The way they grade their books should be standard. You have to see that there's some misrepresentation there. And it's not just us, it's across the board. So please don't take that the wrong way. I get it. He's a big CGC collector, huge. And I get it. So no disrespect whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm exclusively CGC. I mean, I don't send my books anywhere else, and I won't.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
And I know he said something about Walmart hiring seasonally, but honestly, at this, exactly what Bear Island just said. You know, you can't hire anybody you want, or they can't just hire anybody. And realistically, you could probably go out and find a much better job than grading comics.
Yeah,
in
no kidding.
this economy. So
Also, what is that person? What's that grader's mood in? You know, we all have bad days. You know, you go in and have a bad day, and you're like going through 25,000 comics or whatever it is. You're like, oh, I'll just do this. You're just going to be lazy about it. That does happen. I'm sure it does.
I do it at my job.
It's a human condition. It's just it happens.
Yeah, and that's
I'm perfect.
I think that's most people's excuse when they get back a book and it's a 5 instead of an 8 or a 9. They're like, well, that guy didn't get any.
No, he had a bad day.
that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know, the grader got up on the wrong side of the bed. He got stuck in traffic. He got in. It's like, screw this guy.
Here's an example of what I'm talking about. I have a Marvel Masterpiece. It's a 9. It's a 9.7. Okay. When I look at the book on the inside, it shouldn't be a 9.7. And I think I'm a pretty good grader by looking at a book of what the condition's at for the years I've been collecting books. And to me, it's probably like a 7. I literally look at it. It's got a friggin' fold, not like a fold crease down the center of the book. It's got an imprint dent on the back of the book. And it is an actual CGC slab. It was bought in that way.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. How did it get that grade? That's my example. You know, what? Really? You look at it and you can see the imperfections in the book.
Now, on a lot of the full creases then those were from shipping back when they used to mail them.
Right.
You know, I had heard at I don't know if they're still doing it now, but at some point that they weren't knocking off for that mailing crease.
Okay.
Yeah, certain things that were in the distribution process, like when they used to put ink on the big stacks, things like that. If it was part of the distribution process, they don't count off for that. Or
like in the corners where you might see where it's cut off. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Mm-mm.
Now, where they do the ink glob all over on
like, is that would like on these books where you had these little pieces
yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah, so the bindery tears, but you won't let me finish the sentence.
Say it again. No, finish your sentence. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I was just talking about the bindery tears and stuff. Like they're not necessarily always going to count off for that if it's, you know, basically across the board. Most, you know, some graders, but again, there's no consistency. There's no standardized.
I mean, all mine are 9/8. I'll tell you the secret. Slip a hundo in the middle of the book when you send it. I ain't had one fail yet.
or just send them Harlan signature.
I mean, I've always thought about that. Like, if I slipped a $100 bill in the middle of a book and sent it in,
and see what happened.
What's going to happen with it? I wonder. I mean, is the grader keep it? Does he turn it in? Because you know you don't get your Mylars and top loaders back. But that hundo.
Well, what he'd just go ahead and take it, slab it, and just put on the label $100 bill included.
Wow, that's cool. So, all right. So enough of all that. Do you have any say, Jeff? Go ahead, buddy.
Not really, because I only exclusively use CGC anyways. I got a couple of CBCSs, but you know what I mean. It's just because of the turnaround time. That's the real thing that that I haven't went to CBCS. You know what I mean, because of the turnaround time. That's the main thing. But you know what I mean. I'm not really sure, but I really don't care. You know what I mean. It's just the only reason I slab it is because either it's
protected.
Most of mine are. Not only that, but all of mine that are slabbed, they're all signed. That's the only reason I want them slabbed.
You have a lot of autograph signed books. That I've
Yeah,
noticed.
so that's the only reason I want them slab. There's no other reason to slab.
Jeff, we
the
just
book.
need number one. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh God. I heard about the story. He went down to go see Hailey and those guys. And he didn't eat or drink all day, and they gave him a monster, and he didn't drink the monster. And much later, he slammed the monster. They went to a con down there, and he was like, they were showing him Vampirella number ones, and he was literally shaking. He was freaking out, and the guys were just dying. He's like, Jeff, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know. I'm gonna do this. No, I don't know.
Yeah. I heard about that. I didn't eat. So I was jittery on top of that. So when you walk into this first. Yep. This is the first one you walk into.
Yep. It's your grill.
Yeah, that's the first book you walk into. Yeah, that's the second on my list.
Yep. Yep.
And then you walk like maybe 5 steps ahead, and then you see Vampirella 1, your grail number 1. So it's like.
Yep. Totally understand you.
Yeah.
It was a great story, though. I heard that story. It was awesome.
Yeah. And then 90 asks a great question, though. After I get it, what's my next grail? Really? After that. And it made me think, really. He's asked me that question before. I really don't know. I honestly won't.
First appearance of Wolverine, Hulk 181.
There's Bub's reason. You can't send the CBS cases.
They have new cases starting in March. Well, today. They have their 3rd gen cases.
Hey, if you really want to get away from all these guys, go get you some of those DGC books that are coming out now. Those things are sick.
Labels.
I want to get one. Because I got some books that I don't really want to pay. Or I don't not necessarily want to pay. I don't care to have slab through CGC, but I want to display them, and that would be an awesome way to have it in a different kind of way to display it. So I hit him up. I was like, hey man, when you get pricing together and you're ready, man, let me know because I got a couple things for sure.
His labels are awesome.
Absolutely, and then he lets you pick what the grade you want it to be.
Absolutely, Bill. I'll talk to you, buddy. Thank you for being here. So. Now that we got that off our chest, sort of. Now me and John, we're thinking about an idea. We want to put it out there in the community. So anybody who watches on the Rewind, please look us up on Instagram. And if you would like to participate, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Once me and John try to figure out the schematics of how we want to do it, we would like to do a live show like this, and maybe I'll actually change to Zoom. So I can get more people on Zoom. You can have up to 50 people on Zoom. I know it sounds like a big nightmare, but you could actually have them all playing. You could have up to 12 people playing. And we thought about playing an actual classic D&D role-playing game. Have a few beers, have a talk about comics, play a role-playing game. Now, I think. Do you think he'd be a good DM, John?
Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it for. Well, I did it all through college.
You know who I thought? You know how I thought you can initiate to do this. It's got
the other John.
No. John would be a good one. The other John, Comics with Kids would be a good one. But Comics on the Mind.
Oh yeah.
It's got that voice. Get you into the mode. Get you in the mood. I'm gonna throw it out to him and see what he says. But anyway, everybody out there. If you're interested in playing a role play, I know Bake the Snake, he talked about it a few months back. So if you see this Bake the Snake, we're thinking about it. I think it'd be kind of fun because there is some D&D.
Well, you get the big Bake in person. You get the big Bake in person in a month.
Looking forward to it. I still have one of his. I still have one of his bake boxes. I haven't opened yet. It's still sitting. I haven't opened it yet.
Tomorrow.
Can't wait to be on his show.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was that? What was that? Above. Okay, hold on. DGC, you approach. Okay. Hold on. What was that? I don't know why it blocked him for that. That doesn't make sense. All right. All right. So we are going on an hour and 15 minutes. Any other topics you guys would like to talk about? Any books?
I was going to ask one question because I've kind of been hitting this in the chat.
Go ahead.
What is everybody's thoughts on the Matina scandal coming back up again? Where
Please tell us
Again?
about the scandal.
It came up again?
Yeah. So there's been some issues where people have literally taken his artwork and taken other people's artwork from the past and putting them over the top. And you can see literally, exactly where he would have come on and traced. And apparently Marvel removed him from working on their covers. And now there's been a big uproar again about DC, people wanting him removed. I believe Art Germ was upset about it. There's some other people that have come out and, kind of spoken out against it. But I'm always just curious, like, what people think about that. I mean, I really don't have an opinion one way or another.
Well, there was an incident a couple of months ago with Perillo and a cosplayer because the cosplayer was saying it looked so much like her.
Yeah.
There was an incident with that, too. So it's all over the place, man. It's going to happen. You're on the internet. Think about that.
It's not so much about like he just copied, like, took inspiration.
Okay, you're talking about art. Okay, really quick, just so we have this explained correctly. Sorry. So you're telling me
you're saying it looks like he's traced over someone else's work.
Literally traced lines for lines. And I don't know this one, but there's been artists online, like graphic artists, who have taken what people are saying he traced, put it on there, and then taken his artwork and superimposed it over the top and shown exactly all the curvature
where he
poses.
Yeah, like where he put the extra thing at, like there's a one that's what was it?
Didn't Art Germ get caught doing that once?
No, I don't know, but I know Art Germ was upset about this.
Interesting.
Doing
it. Because the one thing was because he had took one of Art Germ's things and actually traced over it. That's why Art Germ is irritated at it. That's what I remember that he was bringing it up. That Art Germ had one. Yeah.
Lee Ji-hyung accused him.
Yep.
It is. But let me.
Most of the Korean guys actually said that they took work from him. I think Lee Ji-hyung, and then there was a couple. There was like a lesser known artist that actually accused him too. There's a Mary Jane Wood cover that he did. That all he did was add a heel, like add a just add a heel on her, like the heel falling off, or like the shoe falling off, and that's all he added, really. If you come, because they superimposed whoever did the original one on top of his, all he did was add a shoe to it.
Wow. Oh, by the way, John.
Yeah.
Look what Theory just said. I'm about to ask Rob and see if he'd be interested. That's true. He does have a voice. Do you know who Rob is?
Rod Worst.
Rob Worst. You ever heard him talk when he does his shows? He's got that voice. It might be.
You got that radio voice.
I'll ask him. See what he says for D&D. Sorry.
So the most recent one was Alex Gardner.
Alex Gardner.
Yep, and it was a variant cover Matina did for the Flash, and then him copying a Marvel Comics cover of Nova.
Really?
Yep. So if you look,
I think you're mistaken. See, those are called homage covers.
you're right.
Because I get where John, I totally get
Oh, wow. Yeah. Like all he did was literally just
Move
change.
the camera closer.
Hold on, bring it back up. Sorry, bud.
Hold on. I got to get up and bring it over here for him.
Can y'all see that?
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
top one is the
Yep.
original, and the bottom was the Matina cover.
Really?
Right. He superimposed they superimposed it and then said how what Matina changed on it,
He
and that's
changed
it.
the
Like he
legs.
put the red in there, and that's it.
Well,
Change
and
the
one of
legs.
the left legs up, one of them the right legs up. But I mean, yeah.
Right.
That's interesting.
And then he put more lightning bolts on purpose. He put more lightning bolts
Get into that.
so you couldn't see.
That was
the-
just one, you know.
Yeah. But I think there's a whole website of all the ones that he actually like John was saying, homage.
Yeah, and that was actually on the 25th, so that was really recent too. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I'm not going to put that up to theory. Come on, be nice. Be nice.
Oh, that's just theory.
I know. I know. Hold on. Come on. What the hell? What book was it that I seen? When John was just mentioning Amish covers, did I say that right? The copying of other covers. There's a couple. And why? See, it wasn't prepared because I didn't know that conversation. I didn't know that topic would come up. Maybe we can save that for next week. But yeah, so many of those covers that you see cover swipe that are on other ones. Like I see there's a few like Golden Age books that came out, horror books that I'm looking at, that all of a sudden the same picture of the same creature you see posed on the cover in one way, and then you go down another 10 years, and it's the same picture, same creature, color in the same spot.
Yeah, like the War magazine, same thing. The War magazines exactly. Yep.
So you do it seems to be it's there. I'm sure it's probably the company.
It's a trend.
I always hear though something. Is it the artist rebelling against the corporation? You never know. It's like, I'm gonna try to fool them. Why not? Because how much are they really getting to do their art for some of these big corporations that are doing
well, because with the Warren stuff, the Warren actually kept all the artists' originals, so they could use it whatever they wanted and however they wanted.
Right, because
they actually kept the original.
You were smart.
Yeah.
In the contract, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Warren kept all of them, so yeah.
It's an hour and 23 minutes, and I know it's really late for you guys. I really appreciate you being here. Real quick, Jeff. Two brothers, you guys. It's your time. Rain. Anything new coming up? We're gonna end this. I don't want to run it too late. I know it's late for you guys too. I appreciate it, you guys. Big thank you to you guys.
No, I appreciate you having us on. Dustin, you go ahead and.
So in the morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and Captain Comics are going to do our first episode in our What If series. It's going to be a weekly series. So that's going to be going down. And then we're going to do our video explaining what's going to happen with our 600 subscriber giveaway starting in March because we hit 500 today. So appreciate you guys for that.
Absolutely. That's congratulations. Yay.
The last 3 was killer, but we finally got there.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us on, man. It was a blast.
Yep, and thanks for coming on earlier.
It was much fun. Much fun. I loved being on your show earlier tonight. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
John, go ahead, buddy. Talk about your show. Anything you got coming? Your anything.
Well, I don't really have a whole lot going on right now. I'm just trying to build up and get down to MegaCon. So hopefully I'll meet a lot of people there and be able to get some FaceTime with each other.
Yes, absolutely. Tell them about your auctions and the special stuff you got going on.
Okay. So the Hip Comic auctions, they end on Monday. Hipcomic.com. My store on there is called Marvelous Comics, but the penny auction is every week, ends on Mondays at 7 p.m. Go on, check them out. You can get a lot of good deals on there because it's a site that a lot of people don't know about.
Yep.
So there are some crazy deals on those auctions. For right now until
Yeah, tell them about that.
okay,
Come on,
so
guys. $2. That's all it is. $2.
$2 a ticket for X-Men number 6 3.0. I've got 76 tickets to go. I'm only doing 100 tickets, and then I'm going to do a live dice roll on Instagram. If you're interested, hit me up on Instagram. I'm Marvelous Comics 73, and I'll let you pick your numbers of whatever ones are left. So it's $2 a ticket, and that's it.
Thank you, buddy.
If you're interested, hit me up. I mean, it's about $110 book, so chances are pretty good. It's 1 in 100 if you just get one ticket. So
Thank you, buddy. Jeff, my brother, go ahead.
All right, guys. Well, I only got a couple of shows going on tomorrow. I got Silver Sundays going on tomorrow, and then Extreme Nerd Table going on tomorrow. Kid Denny's Comic Wednesdays, episode 57 drops next Wednesday, and it's only a month away from MegaCon, guys. So, what you got going on, Robert?
Nice. All I want to say is thank you to all my guests tonight. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Invited anytime we do this again. Hopefully we'll try to show up some more stuff. I really appreciate it, you guys. You guys were awesome. You rocked it. We had some good topics we actually talked about. They got the chat activated, which is pretty cool. I like to hear those comments, you guys. So thank you very much, all of you, for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
sure.
Just don't go anywhere. Give me a second until I can get this to log out correctly. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to cut out. So, comic book community, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. This comic, the G-Man, comic book G-Spot. Yes, still the same name. Just G-Man is shorter. That's all it is. I want to say thank you to the comic book community. Thank you very much for everything you do out there. Thank you for support all my buddies here on the panel. Links of descriptions of the people are all down below. Go ahead and check them all out, please. Thank you very much. Lots of love. Peace, love, blessed be. Adios, you guys.